Today we're doing random TikToks that y'all been sending me that live rent free in my head. Look, man, smash that like button. Let's get this video to like 20,000 likes. Let's crack the algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. 60% of the people that watch my channel aren't even subscribed. Let's make it to that million. I appreciate y'all along the ride with me. But look, make sure y'all going out here doing your own damn research. I'm not in charge of what you believe, but look, man, we're gonna vibe out, have a good time, and like I always say, if you're going through a tough time, we're going through this thing called life together. You never in it by yourself. Go ahead, join the family. Let's get it.
There's nothing more supreme than confidence. Confidence breeds success, and success breeds confidence. Applied properly, you're inconquerable. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you're here for a purpose, to enrich the world. Your destiny is in your mouth, in your mind. Once you receive that level of confidence, it will surpass a genius.
32-hour work weeks could be the new maximum in the U.S. soon. A new law has been introduced into Congress that would make it so employers would have to cut the work weeks for their employees at 32 hours. Anything over 32 hours would constitute a fine, and if repeated violations happened, it could even mean jail time. Now, this bill was introduced into Congress in order to make people's lives better and have a higher quality of life for people in the U.S.
A viral AI-generated video mocking President Trump's push to bring manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. has sparked outrage online and intensified the ongoing trade war between Washington and Beijing. The video, created by TikTok user Ben Lau, depicts Americans as overweight, gloomy factory workers toiling in sweatshop-like conditions, all set to traditional Chinese music. In one scene, Americans in gray uniforms assemble iPhones on an assembly line, mimicking scenes from actual Chinese factories. The clip, captioned "Make America Great Again," was designed to mock the Trump administration's tariff agenda and its promises to revive U.S. manufacturing. It was reposted to X by user Damon Chen, where it racked up more than 6 million views. But not everyone found it funny. Commenters on X called out the video for mocking the dignity of blue-collar work, with some sharing personal stories of parents who raised families while working in factories. One user wrote, "My mom worked in a sewing factory for 15 years. It was a good job. Thankful she had it." Another said their father built circuit boards on Long Island in the 1990s, recalling a time when factories brought stability to middle-class American life. Others dismissed the video as propaganda and pointed to China's own use of child labor. Some suggested that if US factories were rebuilt today, they'd be staffed by robots, not humans. The AI video comes as tensions escalate between the US and China following Beijing's own retaliatory measures. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent blasted the Chinese response, calling it a big mistake. He told CNBC, "We export 1/5 to them of what they export to us, so that is a losing hand for them." As the digital clash unfolds alongside an economic one, the war of words and algorithms between the world's two biggest economies shows no signs of slowing.
Ain't gonna lie, y'all. Look, man. Guns down, all that. We're gonna have to run the fade with them. They keep trying to with these AI videos, man. Look. Alright, y'all. Look, let's huddle up. Let's huddle up. We gotta go and get into the gym and do some Pilates and all that other shit. Cause they gotta stop talking about us. We gotta get it together. You feel me? We gotta, when these factories come back, we're gonna be in there in shape. We're gonna look like we belong in the Olympics. Everybody, right? Y'all agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Y'all think it's possible?
Problem with that? You know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Trump is not the antichrist. Please do not think I'm defending Lucifer and his army when I say this, but Lucifer is by biblical definition a handsome being. Trump is not. No diddy. Liberals still hate Trump.
I'm a Donald Trump hater.
You will know this is the Antichrist when both Democrats and Republicans, the whole world, and the very elect are actively worshiping this individual. The false prophet and the antichrist will be loved and adored by many. He will be handsome, fit, and secure. No homo when I explain this. But to give you kind of like a little idea, it's gonna be a combination of Michael B. Jordan, the swagger of Denzel Washington, the voice of Idris Elba, the political power of Barack Obama, and yes, I named a whole bunch of liberal, but let's say on the Republican conservative side, political power, Donald Trump, the looks of Brad Pitt, 6'5", blue eyes, finance.
Trust fund.
But it's going to be all in one. So whatever the liberals are looking at, they're looking at the same thing that the conservatives and the Republicans are looking at, okay? And it's going to be one being that you got, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a shapeshifter. This is why I try to tell y'all, when you read the word, you will see that the Antichrist comes first. The false prophet comes first, then the two witnesses. So my advice to you.
The shapeshifter did get into the White House on X-Men, didn't it? Let me know in the comments down below. Am I tripping?
Whatever happens in the next coming months, don't believe it. Oh my goodness, it's so simple. I'm telling you right now, whatever happens in the next coming months, I don't care what it is, don't believe it. Your Father in heaven is going to let you know, I promise you. Your Father is going to let you know. He will not leave you stranded. I promise you, I am a witness.
I know some of y'all like, oh hell no, but I'm like, it's actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I might pull up on one of those. You know what I'm saying? I might trade in my car, give me one of those. Real talk, it look cool to me. Y'all buying one?
When we put it inside, it should rotate counterclockwise. As we see, the tendency is to rotate this counterclockwise, and it eventually excites all plasma in all glass in spontaneous rotation. Now, when we put south pole to the glass, it shows tendency to turn plasma to the left side, means counterclockwise. It means that when we put it inside, it will turn plasma clockwise, the opposite way, because we are indicating outer field of the magnetic line. You see the tendency to right. And again, if we go inside, it is spontaneously rotating all neon plasma.
So over there at your $50 billion skunk works, we have hardware that's flying. Apparently we do have a relationship with one alien group over there. Rumors that I have heard from reliable people that I trust indicate that we now have a relationship with at least 3 different groups. Not only the one that looks like us, but the big-nosed guys and the little grays. And this thing gets curiouser and curiouser, as Alice in Wonderland said. What is our government up to? What kind of involvement do they really have with alien intelligence? And And why is it important that we pay attention and try to get a handle on what's going on here?
Ну так будоражит. Блин, зараза.
So y'all telling me they shot all of that ammunition at it and they still didn't hit it? That's giving me Blue Beam vibes, man. This is like they're preparing. I don't know.
On the air, hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
You can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting...
what's crazy about that? That's just, I'm happy somebody resubmitted that again. I've seen that clip before, but it reminds me of like that TV show Paradise. If y'all haven't checked it out, check out Paradise. You're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a natural disaster coming, and man, y'all should have seen the wave in that movie. You should have seen the wave because a volcano exploded, and the government already had a city already built underground, and it looked like they had an artificial sun and everything. China has showed us the artificial sun, right? They had a city underground, and it looked exactly like you would live on the up, like in our environment right now, but everything was below the ground, and they only selected certain types of people to be down there and stuff, and they had the new system already prepared. And it reminds me of the sky that they talk about. They say it's holographic and stuff up there. Well, they had that down below as well in this TV series Paradise. They were able to hack the system and put words up there and let just remind them that you're underground and everything. It's crazy though, but let's get back to it though.
Grabó con un teléfono celular una extraña imagen. Veamos de qué se trata en el siguiente reporte.
El hijo de Tito Cotapo tomó un celular y empezó a grabar lo que hacía su padre. Primero, su tatuaje en la espalda. Luego el pequeño captó su rostro, giró el teléfono y lo dejó. Al final del registro aparece una rara criatura. No se dieron cuenta de nada. Todo lo descubrieron cuando
estaba grabando en su padre lo que él tiene, el tatuaje ahí, corrió todo. Digo, no es algo normal en la casa, porque nunca se ha visto nada.
Para esta familia los ruidos en la vivienda no son ajenos. A eso ya están acostumbrados.
Aquí ya medio se escucha paso, qué sé yo, bueno, ya estamos acostumbrados a escuchar paso, pero esa figura no, pues. O sea, la primera que vemos eso.
What we need is Alexandria's Royal Library, the largest collection of knowledge from the ancient world.
The library that burned down thousands of years ago?
Ah, so we have a history buff. And then of course you know that the fire was only a cover, a way to hide the library's most important secrets. Welcome to Serapeum 2, the Royal Library of Alexandria. The Lemurian section is down here, and this isn't all of it. The best stuff is stuck behind that door. They say it was locked by the Lemurians themselves. Lovely locks. It seems you're officially Lemurian. Nice one, Fisk. Just focus on the light, Fiskerton. Focus on the light.
Are these just glitches from the camera or reptilians revealing themselves? Check this out, y'all.
I want to ask you 5 questions. Period. We ask every
Liquid crystal.
And guess what? You're in the running man organization that works in over 150
Watch how she slowly moves.
My job was to meet with teenagers who were living in exclusion, who were living in extreme poverty, or living with HIV, and write their stories.
It's a very gradual process, the shapeshifting.
And so, I mean, I obviously learned so much from these kids. I learned from Anna.
See, the old cameras used to catch their skin.
I learned to live each day to its fullest.
Called liquid.
Doing any kind of missionary work.
One morning, I'm done for the weekend, and so I'm just gonna get away and spend time with family and friends and just enjoy it, relax for once. Kind of a fat chance on.
Watch how it morphs, y'all. What do y'all think? Are reptilians among us, or are these just glitches in the camera? As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
We all think some of our colleagues are fake, but not in this way. That's right, hackers are using AI to generate photo IDs, employment history, and then provide literal answers during interviews. Apparently this is such a problem that by 2028, 1 in 4 job candidates will be fake. I don't even know if I'm real anymore. Now you might be asking why, and well, it's because once you're hired, an imposter can install malware, demand a ransom, steal company data. The AI is coming for us all. A real life example of something similar is when 300 US firms inadvertently hired imposters imposters with ties to North Korea for IT work, and then these imposters using fake American identities to apply for these jobs and get these jobs, sent money back to North Korea to help fund the nation's weapons program. The hilarious part, sometimes these people perform the job so well that they were actually sad to see them go. I guess the moral of the story is we all thought AI was going to take our jobs, but not really in this way. What's your take?
I can't argue with the thing she's saying. She 100% on point. Check it out.
We've been hearing what the Democrats say for so long, and it sound good and it feel good. But we watching what they do and they ain't doing shit. We hear what Trump say. It sound crazy. But when I watch what Trump do, and I go back and I look at real facts about how this man went to court every single day with Michael Jackson, how him and Don King was super, super cool, how this man was on the Wu-Tang Clan album, how when Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered, he put them up in Trump Tower for 6 months, protected them, didn't charge him a dime. How he sent his private jet to go get Nelson Mandela out of prison. How he gave Rainbow Push and Jesse Jackson $1 million to get started, to get activated in the black community. How he gave me and Kwame Kilpatrick pardons to restart. I hear what people say and I watch what they do. I hear people saying they mad about Trump about the Central Park 5, and I get that. But then I know Trump passed the First Step Act, which done freed close to 20,000 people to this day, including Big Meech getting out on some of that sentencing reduction. That ain't got nothing to do with Kamala though. That's Trump in the First Step Act. But then I hear what Biden saying, but I know Biden responsible for the 94 crime bill and the crack cocaine disparity. The thing that took all the real niggas off the streets. This is what Trump's First Step Act was in retrospect to that. Trump's First Step Act overturned that 94 crime bill. That's why we see all the real ones come home. That's why we stuck with a generation of Lil Nas X.
Chills on my back right there.
All of this was strategic. Wipe all the real men off the street. Push this agenda. Because if the real men were in the home, we wouldn't see this like this. So you watch your mama be this pillar of strength. You modeling behavior to go back to psychology. And then we watching agendas on TV. Unfortunately, the Democrat Party of the day ain't the same Democrat Party that Grandma done raised us on. A lot of us is Democrat because that's what Grandma done was on. We gonna be honest. We don't even know why we Democrat. That's just what we on, because we black. Grandma done said it. The policies have changed. Times have changed. We cannot be educated on abortion and Margaret Sanger and the racism in abortion and vote for it. You can't say Black Lives Matter and vote to kill the black life that you create and then be mad at white people, black women. We so stuck up in this feminism with having a choice that we gotta feel liberated that we don't even realize the consequences of our actions. Like, we wanna run around here and call a man a deadbeat if he don't want the baby, but bitch, you can go kill the baby and get a pat on the back when you don't want it. And at the same time, they screaming equal rights. They don't really want equal rights, they want control. And I don't want that much control. I don't want the right to kill my children. And if people gonna hate me for that, oh well. But you know, people waking up now, but I think what the issue is, again, we so stuck on racism. Like, they use this whole racism thing to try to control.
Well, I be dang. They was telling us about that the whole damn time, y'all. Did you see it? Did you catch it, dude? I don't need to explain everything, do I? Not this one though, right? You seen it, right? Like that. Wow. They was telling us. They was telling us the whole time who the goddamn ET was. Man, that's crazy. Crazy. That's crazy loop right there. I like that one, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel about that one. telling us the real story.
Those same people are those who run the world today, and let's name them. The Pessoas, the Rothschilds, the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Kennedys, the Lees, the Onassis, the Reynolds, the Rockefellers, and the Russells. They are all descendants from those who fell from heaven. They are the descendants of the Nephilim. This is why every single freaking time a UFO, giant, alien, demon gets a glimpse of exposure, someone ends up missing or dead, and information is scrubbed from the internet. But I'm not afraid to speak about it like your 501(c)(3) pastor.
I am not worried about a recession. I steal. I don't care. Great Depression, recession, hesitation, menstruation, ladies and five. I'm from the trenches, nigga. My middle name is Poverty. I've been through this shit, nigga. My whole life was a recession until I turned about 23. Niggas think I'm worried about a recession. Recession need to be worried about me. Nigga. Survive me. Cuz.
80,000 electricians are needed every year for the next 5 years.
Jeez.
To make up the shortage that they have. We need 500,000 plumbers by the year 2030.
Good Lord.
What an opportunity. Now, we've been talking this trade talk.
Mm-hmm.
We've been telling niggas. But do you understand, okay, you want to get money, right? Do you understand that with a shortage like this, that you're going to be able to set your price because there will be no competition? There is no better time to go get a trade than now.
Right now.
They and they're gonna give you the trade. They're gonna get, because they need it. It's in such demand. Because imagine this, and this is the situation that was proposed by this man, is that imagine having to wait 4 weeks for a plumber because there is none available. There's not enough plumbers. So you have a plumbing issue and can't nobody get to you. You because nobody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna make shit smell like gold to me.
Yeah.
It's time to go get it. You ain't gonna, because this is the thing. That's a lot of motherfucking people.
Yeah.
By 2030, 500,000 people are needed.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody doing it. This is a golden opportunity for young black men. I promise you. Young black men that are trying to pivot and find a new direction in their life because the warehouse ain't working out no more. It's time, bro. It's time. You're gonna have to stop spending money. Don't spend no fucking money.
Mm-mm.
You don't need no new shoes. You don't need no new clothes. You need to save all your money and go take that leap. Go back.
Bruh, y'all see me? Bruh, look at me. I be having on I repeat the same outfits over and over and over. Check the trend, bro. Like, look, and I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but I make more than the average person. By far. And not including this stuff right here. I'm telling y'all. Stop. We worried about the wrong stuff. We need to be thinking about, sinking our teeth into this system and getting what's ours. And that's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We need to wake up. Take control of your own life. Stop being reckless. Stop going on all these trips. You got to sacrifice, man, to get stuff that you want. Real talk.
You can live with your folks and tell your folks what's going on. Like, hey, I'm finna be an electrician. If we need 80,000 a year for the next 5 years just to make up with the people that's moving out, first of all, this is how you get a great union job. But this is also how you get a skill that you can transfer into your own independent contracting business.
Facts.
And you're going to get money. You are going to get money, nigga.
And we ain't just talking about, you're going to get a $500 check or you're going to make $100,000 a year. Do you understand that you can start a plumbing company and you can make millions? HVAC company, you can make millions. You can be a welder. Come on, man, it's so many different things out here that we can do. But hey, it's up to you to get to it.
Middle of the Everglades.
Why?
An old NASA space rocket, 100 foot underground from the Cold War. Look at this thing. Actual rocket, space rocket. That is wild. We're stepping on this concrete because I don't trust these grates too much here. No, you won't end up in a drink. That's crazy.
In The Truman Show, there's a specific moment where Truman has that epiphany. So in that movie, Truman's walking down the road, and all of a sudden a light fixture falls out of the sky and crashes right in front of him. And he's like, it had really nothing to do with the light. The light was a symbol. It wasn't really supposed to be a light. It was supposed to be a light in his head. It's like that moment of aha, or something that makes him realize it's not real, right? So Truman picks up the light, and of course, you're not gonna ever see this unless you pause it at the exact moment. It's called an Easter egg. And it's an Easter egg they put in for very specific people to see. And on this light, which is the light where Truman has that awakening moment, it says Sirius Canis Major. For that to be random, to me, is impossible. It's just strange because here I am, the thing that was a spark for me was the Dogon with Sirius Canis Major. There's no other culture on Earth that talks about Sirius, besides Egypt, but that talks about the orbital tracks or anything. And at the same time, I want to point out that the Queen's Chamber of the Great Pyramid of Giza also points towards Sirius.
What if the physical reality that we all live in is actually just a projection of our mind? This sounds like the script from the movie Matrix, but I'm going to explain how science looks at it. In the analytic idealism theory, former CERN scientist Bernardo Kastrup says that all matter is what the mind looks like from the outside. That matter does not create consciousness, it's consciousness that creates matter. He says that our physical reality is the outward appearance of our thoughts and our emotions. Just as a smile doesn't cause happiness, the brain doesn't cause consciousness. It's just a symptom of it. And Kastrup proposes that there's only one universal consciousness called the mind at large. Just like how the ocean creates infinite waves, each individual wave is our human experience. When the wave is above the water, it is temporarily disconnected from the body of ocean, creating our unique individual perspective on life. And this is where it gets interesting. He says that death is an illusion. When the physical body dies, your consciousness becomes reintegrated back to that one universal consciousness. Just like how a wave, when it crashes back into the ocean, becomes the ocean again. So in a world where conventional science says that we're just these biological machines that happen to have consciousness, Kastrup says that you are actually part of the Creator and you are the universe waking up to itself.
They told us mercury is toxic. I think they mean toxic for the energy companies profiting billions every year. Keep watching to see how civilizations before us got their energy for free.
Buildings from the old world, the sacred buildings, they used to have these brass balls and they loaded them up with mercury and they put them real high up so that they could gather atmospheric energy, which is free energy. The higher you go up, the more energy that's up there. And they would run, for example, a copper wire down into their home, and they could use that if they wanted free energy or to light their light bulbs or whatever things that they had in the home.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and follow for more content like this.
Пять солнц. Раз. Два. Три. 4. 5. И радуга над нами.
What is it with CEOs and executives and catastrophes like this one? A family of 5 went down in a helicopter in the Hudson River in New York. Now, this guy was the global CEO of rail infrastructure at the tech company Siemens. Now, this is not a conspiracy, but I do have some questions though. They said this crash was due to mechanical failure when the propellers came completely off. And this trip was done by tourist company New York Helicopters, and this was the 6th trip of the day. Reports also say that the pilot radioed into ground control because of low fuel, so they're gonna land to get more fuel shortly after takeoff. So no inspection, no fuel, and who is that? Because that's not the pilot. Actually, the pilot was Navy SEAL veteran Sean Johnson, so we can rule out DEI on this one. Now, being that he was at Siemens, let's take a look at recent activity, shall we? Siemens boosting investments by more than $10 billion for American manufacturing jobs, software, and AI infrastructure. BlackRock increases their stake in Siemens by over 5%, giving them more voting power on the board. Interesting. I just find it funny that every executive or CEO dealing with a catastrophe in the last 6 to 8 months, BlackRock had a stake in those companies. Not to mention, just late last year, Siemens was just found guilty for wire fraud against GE and Mitsubishi. It doesn't stop there. Also late last year, Siemens pled guilty to stealing confidential competitor information and settled for $104 million. They even got sued back in 2020 and had to pony up $89 million to a city in Mississippi over water meter mismanagement. Seems to be a lot of corruption going on. So the question is, what else did he know, being that they have a long laundry list of crimes and maybe they didn't want something to get out? Now, his whole bloodline just got wiped out in this crash, so he has no successors. So what's in his will? How much stock does he have? Where does his money go now? Seems like we have more questions than answers now, but what do you guys think is happening? Let me know below.
Blair.
It's like, if you're a billionaire, stay your ass off a plane. Hide in the hole. Dig a hole, have a straw, so you can breathe out that mud. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I remember what happened to all the billionaires with Bitcoin and how they were saying that, oh, if something happens to me, it wasn't me type vibe. And they were just getting wiped out. Stabbing, plane crashes, helicopters, whatever you want to call it.
I want you to roast mercilessly Elon Musk.
Elon, you're like a self-driving Tesla. Obscenely expensive, prone to crashing, and perpetually promising features that never quite materialize. You tweet about colonizing Mars.
Bro, this is an AI roasting? Crazy. Diabolical.
While simultaneously struggling to manage a social media platform. You call yourself a free speech absolutist, but ban critics faster than a Tesla accelerates from 0 to 60. You claim to be a champion of innovation, yet your most notable achievements involve rebranding existing technologies and making questionable business decisions. You're the embodiment of all hype, no substance, a walking, talking meme powered by ego and daddy's emerald mines. In short, a perfect example of how not to use AI. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some whale songs to decipher. They probably contain more intelligence than your entire Twitter feed.
Damn! I almost felt bad for the dude. I gotta go back and get the transcript. We'll find that transcript and we'll put that in email because we were laughing over probably even darker burns. Brought in Daddy's Emerald Mines? That's a deep cut, man.
So let's take a look at some of the most recent, supposedly spacewalks from the ISS. And I want you to notice, in the background of all these supposed spacewalk videos, where's all those 8,316 satellites in low Earth orbit with it at? You don't see them anywhere. Let's just have a look at some of these real quick. Now, if these spacewalks were real, you'd be looking at, what, almost 1/3 of the supposed spinning ball Earth right now. But you don't see no satellites in this low Earth orbit with this supposed ISS. Oh, let me guess. They're all on the other side of the ball right now, right? You can keep watching and keep watching, but you're never going to find one in any of these NASA videos. And I'm just showing you a few. You could go on their website and look at all of them. Look at this right here. Where's all those satellites at? Notice no satellites, not a one floating around anywhere. But there's supposed to be 8,316 of them supposedly be right here in this low Earth orbit with this ISS. But not a one, nowhere in sight. Now let's go to Google Earth, satellites in real time. And as you'll see here, they're telling us there's 13,000 satellites up here in real time, even giving you the names of them.
That's a lot of damn satellites, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, how do they launch out of there and not see a one? How do they not hit them? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever though. It's not about you know, I think most people are just afraid to admit like they can't give you examples, physical examples on how the earth is and how everything is maintained, right, in a demonstration, but we can show you what the Bible says and everything, and now these other sources and our ancestors, what they were drawing and what they believe. What y'all going with? I'm not here to convince y'all of anything. Just let me know how y'all feel about that. It's been demonstrated. But it shows when people get mad about, oh, the earth is round. Look, usually people respond very aggressively and angry because one thing, they're agent. Another thing is that they can't demonstrate it. When somebody is caught red-handed, a lot of the times they will lash out because they're not able to give you the truth, because they know it's a lie, what they've been taught and what they've been told. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this clip right here. I showed that once before, like a year ago, but somebody brought it back up and I thought I should, throw it on the compilation again. It's very interesting. It's open for interpretation, I guess, but let us know. This doesn't make me feel any better or any worse. I still rock with y'all no matter what you believe. If you think that we're in an open environment, the space is up there and everything, and you don't believe your Bible but you go to church and shit, it is what it is, man. Look, we're gonna keep going though.
videos. This is the Polaris frequency, or the frequency of green light, God's throne room. And we've seen this shape come up in worship music, specifically on words like Jesus, faith, things like that. As you can see, it didn't matter if the bell was high-toned or low-toned. I didn't find a bell sound that didn't do the green light or the one that always shows up when Jesus is said. I had to jump on Haven to find out if there were verses to back this up, because why are bells showing up exactly like worship music? Let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord, to the end that my glory may sing praise to thee and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks unto thee forever. Sing unto the Lord, for he hath done excellent things. He encoded all praise words the same way as church bells. So if church bells were thought to clear demons from the area, I just can't stop being amazed with the things that he does and shows us. This is crazy cool. This is what pretty much all secular songs have done. They form kind of like a circle shape, and then they blast all the sand off the board, most of them before the artist even starts singing, but the singing usually makes it worse.
The Tesla coil is more than just an old invention. It's a direct link to the free energy Tesla envisioned, energy that exists all around us in the ether. What people don't realize is that this energy isn't just for powering devices. It interacts with us, with life itself. I've been using Tesla coils personally, and the health benefits have been undeniable. The high frequency energy they generate isn't like the electricity that runs through your house. It's something much more refined, pure energy that resonates with the body's bioelectric field. And when you expose yourself to this kind of energy, something amazing happens. Cellular rejuvenation. Your cells don't just run on food and water, they run on electricity. When you bring in high frequency energy, your mitochondria respond. You're literally charging your cells, just like a battery, giving them the power to repair and regenerate at a faster rate. Improved circulation and detoxification. The blood isn't pumped by the heart, it moves through vortices. High frequency energy enhances this natural motion, stimulating blood flow and lymphatic drainage. That means toxins get flushed out faster and nutrients get delivered more efficiently. Nervous system optimization. Our nerves operate on electrical signals. When the body's bioelectric field is strengthened, synaptic function improves, communication between cells becomes more efficient, and brain fog lifts. Alignment with natural frequencies. Our bodies are meant to function in harmony with the Schumann resonance and other natural electromagnetic fields. But in today's world, we're bombarded with artificial frequencies that throw us out of balance. The Tesla coil helps realign us to nature's rhythm, restoring balance and increasing vitality. Now take this idea and expand it to a much larger scale. The giant Tesla coil in Texas. We're talking about a structure powerful enough to influence an entire region. Imagine a world where free energy is abundant, where people can tap into limitless electricity from the ether, removing dependency on centralized power grids. This coil represents Tesla's original dream. Energy freely available, without wires, without limits. But beyond energy, this is about human potential. If a small coil can enhance cellular function, imagine what a massive one could do. Could it accelerate healing? Could it amplify consciousness? Could it unlock abilities we've forgotten? The Earth's frequency is rising, and this coil may play a role in that transition. If if we're moving toward a more electrical, energetic existence, then structures like this could be part of what shifts us into that reality. Tesla knew this over 100 years ago, and now we're starting to rediscover what he was really working on. It's not just technology, it's biology, it's consciousness, it's evolution.
Look, y'all, I do this in my sleep. This is so easy for me to do, you know what I'm saying? Look, it take a little time, but comprehensively putting these clips together give y'all a cohesive story. Do y'all want me to do a dedicated story? I've seen a lot of people. I want to know, just reconfirm this. Do y'all want me to do another video on aura fields and the energies of the earth and some of the secrets that you might not have learned ever nowhere else? But you know, we put this information out here, man. I got a lot of other things coming for y'all down the pipeline. We're gonna change up the vibe eventually, but it's gonna take a little time, you know, because I do all of this stuff myself. So I'm just asking y'all, man, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share these videos with your friends and families. That always helps. The faster we spread, the more I can do with the channel. We are working behind the scenes on a lot of different things to bring to the channel. I'm not always going to be sitting here doing reaction videos and TikToks for the duration of my time here on YouTube. There will be an exit day where I'm not going to be on YouTube any longer, and I'm going to be venturing off doing other things and focusing on other things. I go through life in progressions and steps strategically. The way that I built my channel and got these videos in front of you guys has been very, very strategic from the beginning. I had to capture people's minds and their attention in different ways to get them here to sit down at the table just to hear me out and listen for a second, because there are things that do go on in the world that the average person do not know, and I just want people to start thinking a little bit differently, to take advantages of the many different nuances in the world, because sometimes we can be wrapped up in our own little bubble, and in that bubble sometimes you could become trapped. But this is the time to pop that bubble and expand like we're supposed to. We're supposed to continue to soak up knowledge. We're supposed to continue to evolve and change. You don't have to be the person that you were yesterday. You could become a better, different version of yourself by just learning something new. Nobody is the most intelligent person in the room, so don't worry about being the most intelligent person in the room. Just worry about being the best version of yourself and doing something positive for the world. But at the end of the day, look, man, I'm excited for what's next, man. Hopefully y'all are too. Can't give you everything right here, but just know I'm working, and these things take a lot of editing, a lot of putting together, a lot of time sitting here, you know. But at the end of the day, I love it. We're building. We're in the building. We're gonna be out the building pretty soon. Hint, hint, hint. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully y'all got something from this. Let me know in the comments down below. What was your favorite part about the video? And are you tracking? And like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. And I'm out though. Bye.